Greetings Club Newton members and welcome to this week's episode of CM Fit Tips. This week we're going to do a points of performance on the overhead press. Now a lot of people try to avoid the overhead press because of shoulder or mobility issues. Now you don't want to avoid it just because of those issues. What you want to do is try to work on your mobility so that you can get into a good overhead position, because let's be honest, there are going to be times in our life where we have to go over our head. Alright, so today we're going to do some overhead presses. So some points of performance. First, we want the glutes nice and tight and the abs nice and tight, because we want to have a nice solid foundation while we push these weights up over our heads, okay? So what I want you to imagine is that you're trying to pull your rib cage down by keeping your abs nice and tight. What we don't want is, as we push these over our heads, our back to go like this, because then we have a very unstable spine and it becomes very dangerous, okay? So as we push up, we want nice tight ribs and we want to go up over our head just like that. Alright, so glute squeeze, rib cage pull down. The last point of performance that we want to make sure is that our elbows go forward. Now we see a lot of people doing shoulder press like this. Unless you're a bodybuilder working your anterior deltoid, you really don't need to do that movement. And in fact, that's going to actually put your shoulder in a bad, unstable, internally rotated position, which is not good for your shoulder. So you want your elbows to point forward so that your shoulders can be down and back and in a good position. And we press that way up and over our head. Alright, if you have mobility issues, that's okay. You may end here, but I'd much rather you end here than with that back arch and that spine in a bad position. So again, elbows forward, glute squeeze, rib cage down, pressing overhead. That's the points of performance for this week's CM Fit Tips. My name's Lucas Woody. You stay fit, members.